Hey everyone, and welcome to After Hours here at Linda's Electric Quilters. Tonight we are going to be taking a look at one of my favorite books, the But Wait, More Really Fancy Feathers book. Now, if you remember, probably a couple of months ago we took a look at the Really Fancy Feathers book. This one just takes it a step further with more fun designs, over 26 different feathers in here, and we're going to be combining 2 of them tonight. But before we get started, always make sure that you're subscribed to our channel. It's right down at that bottom right hand corner. After you click on that subscribe button, make sure you click on the little bell that shows up so you can get notified whenever we post new videos, go live here at After Hours, or post any of our fun YouTube shorts. So let's head over to our Nova machine and take a look at this amazing book. So I just wanted to give you a closer look at the book before we get started. Again, we're doing the But Wait, More Really Fancy Feathers book tonight. And you can see kind of notes in the back. You could have a little bit of drawing in the back of the book, but you've got all these really fun, cool designs to kind of add to your quilting and add to your blocks as you're going. But we're going to take a look at page 4 and 5 this evening. So these are the 2 feathers that I wanted to focus on, but I wanted to combine them together. So I want to take half of the left side of the page 5 feather, and then I want to take the right half of page 4 and kind of combine those together to make my own unique feather. So there's 26 different ones in here. However, if you start mixing and matching them together, the possibilities are completely endless on what the feathers are going to end up looking like. So we're going to first start out by giving ourselves kind of a blueprint drawing of where we want to put those. We're going to be using the Ultimate Marking Pencil to do that. So I'll start probably right about here at the bottom, and I'm going to keep the sides the same, so I'll do the left side ones first. And these are a pointed feather, so we'll keep that in mind as we work our way up. So down here it had a little bit of a curly Q, and then another little curly Q right there. And then we start making our way up the section. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a vine as well to follow, so we should probably start size-wise. We'll start right there. So let's start. So we'll come down with our vine, curly Q, and then we come off to do the feather. So we have a feather, it has a point, and then it kind of comes back. And then we have another one that points up. And these can be all free flowy. You don't have to, particularly stay in this exact shape as you're going. Point. Oh, that was a little small one, but that's okay. And then point. Like that. So we have the outline of those made. We'll travel back down the vine, or the stem of it. And then this is where we get to add the fun frill into it. So if we're taking a look at the book, we'll start here and start doing the kind of those U's, and then as we get to the center, we'll spiral and then switch that drawing and go the opposite way. So we'll come up a little bit and do some U's. About the center of this, we'll spiral back, and go all the way up this, travel down the feather, and then do the same thing as you go. Keep working all the way up, travel down, and back and forth. This Ultimate Marking Pencil makes drawing really simple on your fabric. And it stays and doesn't move anywhere, which is really nice, and then it just irons right off whenever you want it to go away. There, we'll make these a little deeper and more defined. Spiral, up just like that. From here you would travel down and then back down the vine once more. The vine will have a very predominant look because it'll be overstitched so many times. Not a big deal at all. It just gives it a little bit of movement, a little bit of interest. So we'll do this left side first, and then we'll draw out our right side. So we'll come over to our starting position, pull up our thread. I've got a neon thread on, and I've got the black light on. I know y'all love the black light, so I just went ahead and left that one on. Doing this at 12 stitches per inch, and needle stopping in the down position whenever I'm done stitching, just so the machine doesn't have any excess movement. And let's get started. Travel down your vine. Come in with your curly cues. And then we'll start with the outline of the feathers. You don't have to stay directly on the chalk line. That's just kind of a blueprint for you to follow. Back down the vine. Get nice and tight up there, and then back down, and start again. Just like that. So since we have to draw out these right side ones, I'm going to leave the machine, back it up a little bit, leave the machine right there, and we'll draw those, but you would continue down this vine, and then we would start quilting the ones out on the right. So I'll grab my pencil again. This one, number 4, has a couple of different designs built into the feather, so we might have to make them a little bit larger. And because we've got some line work in here, I am going to use a ruler with a base plate on the machine, and I'm going to do some ruler work on here as well. So we've got some kind of pointing up lines, triangles, I guess. I should have thought about that before we started. And then you've got that same kind of curly Q circle U's and C's there through the center of this, and then you've got some pebble work as well at the top. So you would travel back down here, and then we would begin to do the outline of this feather. So we'll come off to the right. These will be a little bit larger, not by much to throw off proportion, but just a little bit. If you do a little smaller one, you just might have to change up the size of the designs that you put in them, but play with the sizing of the feathers and play with your drawing to get whatever look that you really want it to have. Maybe even have a droopy feather there. And then you would travel back down that stem, and then you begin to put in your lines. Now this is all going to be completely random, but you could use your ruler to give yourself some line work here like that. Let's do 2 of those. So travel up a little bit, here, here, and then let's give it that path through to there, and then we have these tiny C's, spirals to the back, and then we have some pebble work on that last one at the very top here, like that. Once you do your last pebble, you would travel back down and then do the same thing. You could switch up the way the designs go too. You could put the little curly Q's, the C's, U's, and circular here, and then you could do pebbles here if you wanted to. And then if you wanted to do those little spikes with the channel, you could do that too. But you can see easily, just having kind of a base to start out with, you can really switch out these designs and have completely unique different feathers as you go. I'm also going to increase my stitch count, my stitch length, excuse me, for this one because it's getting so tight. We're going to bump up that stitches per inch to, let's do 14. We were doing 12, but let's bump it up to 14. So we'll come on down and start with the outline of the feather, and then we'll fill them in. Alrighty, and just like that, added in a few extra ones. These last two, I decided to switch it up again, adding in a little cross hatch, kind of looks like a waffle there, and then doing a feather within a feather, just to give you the idea that even as you're going, switch it up, make it fun, change it into something of your own creation. Wasn't that just amazing? I hope you had just as much fun as I did learning how to combine those different feathers on page 4 and 5. Now, we only hit the first couple of pages of the book, so just imagine how many more are throughout this amazing piece right here. You can find this book on our website, www.longarmsupplies.net. It'll also be linked in the description below. I'll see you next time here at After Hours. Bye!